Okay, hello everyone. This is lecture number 4 of aldehyde and ketone theories. So in lecture number 3, we have covered the method of preparation specifically for aldehydes and specifically for ketones. In lecture 2, we have covered method of preparation which are useful for both aldehyde as well as ketones, right? And in lecture 1, guys, if you remember, we covered what IUPAC naming, right? So the lecture number 4 will be, in this lecture number 4, what I'm going to cover up, I'm going to discuss few questions from NCERT, and I'm going to discuss the physical properties and physical properties of aldehyde and ketones in this lecture number 4, right? So I'm starting with some questions. Okay, what we have learnt already. So on the basis of that, we will solve some questions. Okay, so we have questions. Okay, so what questions we have? Okay, so we have around 8 questions of in-text NCERT and examples. Okay, so what is my first question? My first question is, we have hexane 1-ol to, we have to convert hexane 1-ol to hexanal. Okay, so think about it. I'm writing the questions, you think about these questions. Okay, then we have cyclohexanol. We have cyclohexanol to cyclohexanon Okay, third one is parafluorotoluene to parafluorobenzaldehyde parafluorobenzaldehyde. Okay, fourth one is ethane nitrile. Fourth one is, guys, ethane nitrile. We have to convert ethane nitrile to ethanol. Ethane nitrile to ethanol. Okay, so first of all, we will think about them, that how to convert these particular compounds to this compounds. Okay, these are conversion based type of questions, and you guys knows very well that these questions are very important, right? So hexane 1-ol, so hexane 1-ol to hexanal. Okay, so how to convert? So what is hexane 1-ol? 1 2 3 4 5 6, and this is OH. Okay, I can write like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so this is your hexane 1-ol. Okay, hexane 1-ol. Now we have to convert it into aldehyde. So 1 degree alcohol hai, we have to convert into aldehyde. So you know that if you will use strong oxidizing agent, then the acid will form. So you have multiple choices. You can use PCC, you can use PDC, you can use CrO3 anhydrous medium. So what will happen? This thing will happen: 1 2 3 4, and this particular carbon 1 2 3 4 5 6, it will convert into CHO. This whole group CH2OH will convert into CHO, right? So this is how you can make conversion hexane 1-ol to hexanal with the reaction with PCC. Okay, so very easy question, right? Cyclohexanal. Now what is this? Cyclohexanol, sorry, this is cyclohexanol. So we have cyclohexanol like this. This will be the structure of cyclohexanol. Again, this is 2 degree alcohol, and they are asking you to convert into cyclohexanon. Okay, 2 degree alcohol to ketone. 2 degree alcohol to ketone. Again, either you use PCC or you can use even strong oxidizing agent also under mild condition. Then again, ketone, further oxidation of ketone is not that easy. You require elevated temperature with strong oxidizing agent, right? So yes, PCC, PDC, CrO3, right? So this is my first question, this is my second question. Now what is my third question? So third question is, guys, parafluorotoluene. So first of all, so whenever you are writing the structure, so toluene pakdo, first of all think about toluene. So this is your toluene, right? Okay, now at toluene we have, at para position we have fluoro. At toluene at para position we have fluoro, right? So what I have to convert? I have to convert this into para-fluorobenzaldehyde. Okay, not a problem. This means CH3 group I am converting into CHO, right? So if you remember, then what I told you, that if you will use here strong oxidizing agent, then aromatic hydrocarbon containing at least one benzylic hydrogen will oxidize to acid, will oxidize to COOH, okay, with strong oxidizing agent. So here I have to use mild oxidizing agent, right? Mild oxidizing agent. So you know mild oxidizing agent, CrO 2Cl2, chromyl chloride in the presence of CS2, okay, and with toluene to CHO we also call this reaction what? Itard's reaction, with Itard's reaction. Or if you remember, then we can also use chromium trioxide in the presence in acetic anhydride, CH3CO twice O. Okay, so both of these reagent we can use, and this is very important reaction, Itard's reaction. I told you that, okay, directly so you can write benzaldehyde as the main product, but sometime examiner is thinking is looking for the intermediate product also. That intermediate product you have to memorize, because mechanism is of this reaction is not that important, right? So as you can see, whatever we have learnt already, we are using that only, we are utilizing that knowledge only, and these questions are very simple to tackle. Okay, so few more questions I have. Still we have done only 3 questions. There are around 8 questions. Okay, so as I promised that in-text question and examples I will cover in my class lectures only, right? And if I will see some important questions from exercise of NCERT, then I will also cover that, right? Okay guys, so the next question that I'm writing for you now is, fourth one is ethane nitrile. So you have to think now, okay? Ethane nitrile to ethanol, ethane nitrile to ethanol. Okay, this is one. Fifth one is, guys, allyl alcohol to, fifth one is allyl alcohol to propanol, allyl alcohol to propanol. Okay, this is your fifth one. And the sixth one is, guys, sixth one is butene. Sixth one is butene to ethanol, butene to ethanol. Okay, so these are your next questions, so think about them. Ethane nitrile. So first of all, what is the structure of ethane nitrile? This CN is nitrile, so ethane nitrile to ethanol. Ethanol means CH3CHO. So how to do that? Ethane nitrile to ethanol. So you have 2 options basically. Okay, basically you can use Stephen's reduction. Remember what I told? Stephen's reduction, alkyl nitrile convert into RCHO. So what is the reagent for that? SnCl2 and HCl. So yes, you can do that with Stephen's reduction. Okay, or I told you one very important, diol H. Okay, diisobutyl aluminum hydride. Remember what trick I told? ACE. What trick I told? ACE. ACE means it will convert cyanide to aldehyde, it will convert ester to aldehyde. So since it is a cyanide, it is basically cyanide. So or I can also use, I can also write like this, aluminium ALH isobutyl hydride. So I can use diol H also, or I can use Stephen's reduction also. Remember na, diol H, right? So this is trick also, ACE. ACE is a trick for diol H. Okay, then we have allyl alcohol to propanol, alkyl alcohol to propanol, right? So what is my allyl alcohol? So first of all, though, I have to write the allyl group. So this is your allyl group. Okay, CH2 double bond CH, CH2. Okay, this is allyl group, and now I substituted OH. Now I have to convert this into propanol, CH2, C double bond and CHO. Okay, so not a problem, guys. So again you are converting 1 degree alcohol to aldehyde, right? So yes, PCC, no problem. PCC we can use because PCC will convert this group to this group CHO, right? Nothing will happen to the double bond. So PCC, or you can use PDC, okay? So many reagents are there, or you can use CrO3 in anhydrous, CrO3 in anhydrous medium. You can use all of them, CrO3 in anhydrous medium. Understood? Clear? So yes, this is also very easy for us, right? So fourth one is clear, fifth one is clear. Then we have but2 into ethanol. So let's draw the structure first. But2ene. So 1, 2, 3. But2 into we want ethanol. Okay. So what the thought coming to my mind from alkene to aldehyde? So generally we will think of ozonolysis. So first ozonolysis. In second step O3, and then in second step ZnH2. What trick I told for double bond? Break it, add O and O. So this will become CH3CHO, CH3CHO. So yeah, 2 mole of CH3CHO, but they are not asking about the moles. So yes, by doing this you can convert but2ene to ethanol. Understood, guys? Okay. So these are the questions that are given as examples in your guys NCERT, right? Okay, these are the example questions, very very important. Okay, so now I'm writing some in-text question also that you have to solve. So what are the in-text question? So in-text questions are, you have to write the products now. They are not asking you the conversion, they are asking you to write the products. Okay, so we have C2H5 COCl and anhydrous AlCl3 and CS2. Okay, this is your point 1, question number 1, sorry. And what is your question number 2? Your question number 2 is, guys, this C6H5 C6H5 twice CD, okay, dialkyl cadmium R2CD type reaction with 2CH3COCl. Again we have to complete these reactions. Okay, and the third question is, so take your time, and if you are watching this video, then start doing these questions by yourself. Then whenever I will write the answer, then check where you did mistake, or are you getting the right answer or not. Okay, same type of questions will be there. Okay, Hg2 plus and H2SO4. So the fourth one is CS3 NO2 in first step CrO2Cl2 and in second step hydrolysis. Okay, yes, so let's start. So basically what we have discussed, only those type of questions are there. So whenever I'm seeing this benzene and this anhydrous AlCl3, this reaction seems to me like Friedel-Crafts acylation. Okay, this is Lewis acid, it will take Cl out and it will generate this kind of electrophile. I told you this is how we will do this, right? Now this electrophile will directly attach on benzene ring. So if it will directly attach on benzene ring, we will get this COO C2H5, COO C2H5. Okay guys, understood, right? And even I can do its IUPAC naming also. What will be its IUPAC name? CH2CH3. Okay, so IUPAC name will be, this is closed ring, this is open ring. What it contains? Functional group. So we will number open no matter how many carbon it has. So now it is phenyl, right? So what we will have? One phenyl and propanone. One phenyl propanone. Right guys? Okay, then we have dialkyl cadmium and CH3CO. So this is the very important reaction. I told you this is the method of preparation. If you remember, so we used to do this reaction. RMgX react with cadmium chloride, we will get R2CD. Okay, we will get R2CD. Then in second step, we will do the reaction of R2CD with acyl chloride like this, 2 moles, and this will gives you what, RCOO R dash along with cadmium chloride. Remember, so this reactions we did in method of preparation of ketone, and very important because you have to memorize this reaction. Okay, so what will happen? So listen. So basically, you know that one R group will come from acyl chloride, one R group will come from cadmium chloride. So what will be the product? The product will be CH3 C double bond O, and from here we will get CH2 C6H5 C6H5. Understood? Along with the formation of cadmium chloride. So yes, I get my ketone. Okay, you can name this also, not a big deal, right? Okay, again name will be, this is the benzene ring, so like this, 1 2 3, 1 phenyl propane 2 on. Okay, so the name of this ketone will be, they are not asking name but I'm just solving for you. Okay, 1 phenyl propane 2 on, 1 phenyl propane 2 on. Okay guys, then the next one, the next one is, this is alkyne Hg2 plus. If you remember, then this is basically hydration. So I told you trick also, but if you forgot the trick, then I told add H plus OH according to Markovnikov rule. Okay, so you do that, add H plus and OH minus according to Markovnikov rule. So you will get COH double bond CH2. Now this is your enol form. This is your enol form, right? Now guys, I told you that enol form, generally keto form is stable. So you give 1 2 3. So the bond from 2 3 shift into 1 and 2, and the hydrogen of oxygen from 1 will shift to 3. So what we will get, CH3 C double bond O CH3. So this will be considered as a final product, even I discussed already, right? And this form is known as, guys, what? This form is known as keto form. Done? Okay, so this is your question number 3 also, right? Now what is question number 4? So see question number 4, you are saying, okay, chromyl chloride hydrolysis. Okay, what will happen? CH3 will change into CHO, that's it. Retards type of reaction. Okay, and NO2, nothing will happen to NO2, it will remain like this only. Okay, so these type of questions are given as an example or as an in-text questions in your NCERT, and even you will find the same type of questions, in exercise also, right? Okay, so I'm discussing these questions, so it will be a good practice for us. Understood? Okay, so this is it. I'm done with the questions. Now in this particular lecture, I'm also going to discuss the physical properties of aldehyde and ketones also, right? So let's discuss the physical properties of aldehyde and ketones only, aldehyde and ketones. Understood? Okay, if you have any doubt, guys, then you can put in the comment section, right? And the one who have my WhatsApp number, they can ask me there also, right? Just click the screenshot and just send me there. I will tell you the solution. Okay guys, but I think you are getting this lecture very easily because we did these things already properly. Okay, so after this, what we have? Physical properties of aldehyde and ketones. Physical properties of aldehyde and ketones. Okay, physical properties of aldehyde and ketones, right? So what we are going to discuss in physical properties of aldehyde and ketones. So first of all, the most important physical property is the boiling point. Okay, now what is color, whose gas, that is what we are not going to discuss. Okay, main important property is boiling point. Okay guys, so let me tell you very important thing. Suppose this is your ketone, okay, and this is another molecule of ketone. Like this has delta minus, this has delta plus. Okay, and this is another molecule of ketone. this is delta plus, and this is delta minus. Okay, so basically intermolecular forces that are present in ketone and aldehyde is this delta minus and delta plus, weak van der Waals forces. Okay, and what we call them, what is this? Is one dipole, this is one dipole, plus minus dipole, plus minus dipole. What we call these kind of forces? We call these kind of forces dipole interaction. What we call this? Dipole interaction. So these kind of forces are present, dipole interaction type of forces are present between two molecules of aldehydes or ketone, dipole interaction. Okay, now I will compare with alcohol. Okay, so suppose this is alcohol, CH3 CH2 OH. This is second molecule of alcohol. This is third molecule of alcohol. Okay, so this is the story of alcohol. So in case of alcohol, if you will see, this is what, this is hydrogen bond. This is hydrogen bond, right? This is also dipole interaction. This is also a special case of dipole interaction, but this is stronger. This is stronger as compared to dipole, as compared to dipole. Understood? This is stronger as compared to dipole. Okay, so if I will ask you who will have maximum boiling point, so guys, first is the alcohol of comparable mass. Okay, then these carbonyl compounds, that is aldehyde and ketones, and then guys we have, then at last we have alkanes, because they have the dipole induced dipole type of instantaneous induced. So this is the weak forces, right? Okay, so then who will come after this? After this, ether will come. Okay, and then we will have alkanes. Okay, so this is the order. Alcohol will have more, than carbonyl compounds, then ether, and then alkanes, right? So why alcohol has more? Because it has hydrogen bond. Why carbonyl compounds intermediate? Because of dipole interaction. In ether it is less as compared to carbonyl compounds. So more the clarity we will get from the questions. So what is questions? Questions are, CH3 CH2 CHO first, second one is CH3 CH2OH. This is second one. Third one is C2H5 and fourth one is alkane 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this kind of question is given for us and we have to decide the boiling point. Okay, not a problem. Who's your alcohol? Second, maximum. Aldehyde, first. Ether, third. Fourth one is a hydrocarbon, right? So this is the order of, decreasing order of boiling point. Decreasing order of boiling point. Okay, so I think it's straightforward. Okay, one more question I'm taking. What is that question? So question number 2. Question number 2 is CH3CHO, okay, CH3CH2OH. It's also same type of question, okay, CH3OCH3, and we have alkane 1 2 3, okay, like bond line formula. Okay, so you guys are so smart now. 2 maximum, first, third and fourth. Okay, so this is your decreasing order of boiling point. Understood, guys? Clear? Okay, so this is how we are going to decide the boiling point, right? Alcohol will have maximum boiling point because the strength of hydrogen bond is maximum. Now the last thing that is left in the physical properties is the solubility in water. Okay, so that is what I am going to discuss now. Solubility in water. So last is solubility in water, right? So guys, this is aldehyde. Suppose this is aldehyde. Okay, so this type of aldehyde is soluble in water. Why? Because they are capable of forming a hydrogen bond. They can form a hydrogen bond, right, with water. So they are soluble. Okay, so they are soluble in water. They are soluble in water because they can form hydrogen bond, with water. Okay, but the thing is, as if you will increase this size, R group size, so what will happen that this oxygen will become little crowded, and like the formation of this bond will be not feasible as that much, right? So that is why, as the size of R group, as the size of alkyl group increases, okay, tendency to form, as the size of alkyl group increases, tendency to form hydrogen bond with water, decreases. This implies solubility decreases. Understood? Clear? So that's it. So these are your physical properties of aldehyde, and these are your physical properties of aldehyde and ketones that we have discussed, okay, along with the 8th or 9th questions that are based on your method of preparations. Okay guys, so this is it for lecture number 4, and listen to me now very carefully. Lecture number 5 and lecture number 6. So from lecture number 5, now the main part of this particular chapter is starting. Till now, we are discussing very easy part. Now from lecture number 5, lecture number 6, the main part of this particular chapter is I'm going to start. Okay, so please complete this series before appearing for your school exam test. Thank you.